Hello Sagittarius, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Sagittarius for the week of March 21st. Now Sag, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Sag, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram. So if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and see what we have going on here for you, Sag. And now don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Both of those actions really help my channel grow in a big way. And if you do subscribe, you'll get weekly and monthly content from me here on YouTube, completely for free. So let's go ahead and make sure everything's in view, and then we'll get right into it. All right, I think that looks just about good enough to me. We'll go ahead and put this right up here, and let's dive into this reading. So Sagittarius, looks like you have had a test of strength and willpower recently that you have been guided to sort of work through. There is something coming forward here around maybe fighting your inner demon in some ways. I do feel like some of you are being tested by the universe at this time. This has been a message that came through for another sign this week. I forget who it was. It might have been Libra. But the thing is, the future holds rewards, at least so far in these first 5 cards. I am seeing a big reward for you here in the future. But let's go ahead and dive right in. So right away in the middle, you have the Devil. So this is your overall energy. So the Devil is Capricorn energy, but this is a card of our shadows, okay? This reminds us that each and every one of us has at least something to work on in this lifetime, right? None of us are perfect. And so when you get the Devil, it can represent, a challenge that we may be struggling with, or a challenge that's maybe rearing its head back around, something that we feel like we may have worked through. And the Devil may, give you a test and say, oh, here, have you really worked through this? Here's this thing, right? That's the type of Devil energy. The other thing about this card is it can come forward when you are dealing with issues around power and control in your life. And so like a big thing that comes in with this Devil card is if you're trying to micromanage like every little aspect of your life or every little detail of your life, or if you feel like you have to know the answer to everything, that really is about it. That really does come forward when there's an issue of control in your life. And so some of you might be resonating with that. Now in the past, you have the King of Swords and the Strength card. So the King of Swords is Libra energy, interestingly enough, but this is somebody who is kind of, this is boss energy, right? It doesn't matter what gender you are, you can take on the aspects of any of these cards. And this can come forward when perhaps you are looking to take leadership over an area of your life, or you're taking ownership over your life in some ways. King of Swords can also talk about potentially somebody who's a subject matter expert coming in to help you, or this is in the past, so you may have recently like gotten mentorship or under somebody, or you may have recently like reached out to an expert about a situation or about a problem or something like that. You do have the Strength card here as well. This is Leo energy, but the Strength card also is synonymous with power, okay? And the difference between the Strength and the Devil card is the Strength card is about overcoming internal obstacles. And the important part is that it's internal. And so with that, the Strength card is someone who has strong willpower and also is just generally a powerful person. And so the thing is, the difference is the Devil can be issues around power. The Strength card says that you are using your power for good, and you are using your power to overcome some sort of internal struggle or internal obstacle. The Devil may say that you are working through issues around power. And so there is something around power here, okay? There is something around power here. And you do have this King of Swords, which in the shadow, in the reverse of the King of Swords, may be somebody who abuses power, especially with this combination of the Devil and the King of Swords. I don't know that that's you. I don't think you're abusing power. It may mean that you've had to deal with somebody in the past who did abuse power in some ways, but that's a heavy theme so far in these first 5 cards. I'll be interested to see how we go through and clarify. I'll be interested to see what comes through in this next layer. So in the future, you have the King of Pentacles and the High Priestess. Or I'm sorry, the Knight of Pentacles and the High Priestess. My apologies. So the Knight of Pentacles represents some sort of event coming forward for you in your life. And this is typically around an event. This is typically an event after you've worked diligently towards something. The Knight of Pentacles says that you have received an arrival. Okay, this is a card that indicates arrivals. This indicates that you've climbed the ladder, or that you've put a lot of work, you've put a lot of energy, you've put a lot of effort into doing something. And the Knight of Pentacles is coming forward to give you an outcome. Out of any of the knights, this one is associated with arrivals the most. And so there's an element of time with this, but also around, there are themes around dependability and hard work as well that come forward with this Knight of Pentacles. Now, the High Priestess is the divine feminine, right? This is the intuitive side of ourselves, which we all have. And this High Priestess has emerged from water with some type of knowledge that they have dived deep for. And they have maybe even come to the surface with some type of secret or some type of new understanding. This is also a major, as I've said, this is a major card of trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. This is also a card of desirability. And, you know, everybody wants to get with the High Priestess, but not everybody can. And in fact, almost nobody does. And so the High Priestess is not only desirable in relationship situations, but also in like work and career situations as well. That's why I see something, I said at the beginning of this reading, I see some type of like reward coming in here for you with the Knight of Pentacles and the High Priestess. And if that is the case for you, it's because you've worked through these power and control issues. So let's move up the pyramid here. You have the Hierophant, have the Page of Wands, 10 of Cups, and the King of Wands. Okay. So a lot of fire energy here. Obviously the fire symbolism in the Devil card, but also the Strength card being a Leo. We now have the Page and the King of Wands here as well. You know, my intuition around mentors was accurate because the Hierophant is a card that deals with mentors or can represent a mentor in your life. The King of Swords could be a subject matter expert. It could mean that there was like a situation with a mentor for some of you here in the past, Sagittarius, that you're looking to kind of triumph over or move forward from. The thing is, some of you may have, I don't know why I'm getting this, but some of you may have had a painful situation with a career or an organization that you were a part of. And it may mean that somebody abused their power in that situation. This won't resonate for everybody, but the thing is, the good news is here that that situation is behind you. It's already happened. The worst, I feel like, is behind you. And so that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here for you. You do have this Page of Wands as well, which can represent some sort of offer, especially a career opportunity or a career offer that may be coming forward for you. The reason being is the Wands is the suit of work and career, and Pages always bring messages or offers or opportunities. So the Page of Wands is a big energy around that, but it could also say that there's like good news just generally. If it's not career related, the Page of Wands can bring in just general good news into your life. 10 of Cups, King of Wands. 10 of Cups talks about a total joy, a total overflow of happiness. It represents all 10 cups overflowing, all 10 cups being full, right? And this is a major card of abundance as well. The people on the bench own the home behind them. Plus, you know, besides that, who doesn't want to be like totally happy in their life, right? Who wouldn't want that for themselves? And so in the future, it's very clear to me here that you will be acquiring some type of happiness, especially with this Knight of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, and the High Priestess. And it's because you've been diligently working through, or for a long time, you've been working through this issue around power and control, or even trying to get past or get over a situation where somebody may have abused their power. You have the King of Wands here, which is somebody who is like a classic entrepreneur in the tarot. It's somebody who really only does what they love to do for their career. You'll never find the King of Wands in a dead-end job. And so for some of you here, you've worked hard with this Knight of Pentacles to own a business, to have your own thing going, to like make your own money or something like that. And if that's not the case, you've worked hard to find your dream job or find a job that's more in alignment with you. So moving up the pyramid here, you have the Two of Wands, you have the Hanging Man, and the Emperor. Okay, so I love that energy for you. The Two of Wands represents being at a crossroads. It says that you may need to, or you may have spent time here, because this is sort of showing up in the past here. The Two of Wands says that, you know, some of you may have spent time like deciding if you wanted to stay in this potentially challenging situation. I don't think you've done that. In fact, some of you may have asked yourself, do I go on a new path? And I think some of you have, especially with this King of Wands energy in the future, the Ten of Cups energy, the High Priestess, going towards something that makes you more desirable, or going towards something that you desire more as a person. The Hanging Man represents the need to let go. This person is resisting. They are not moving forward. They are suspended in air. And the Hanged Man really needs to embrace a transformation, which I think I see you doing here. I also think that, you know, this is about resistance. Resistance can be related to needing to control a scenario, and also recognizing that you're losing power, right? Or you're losing control. When you're resisting, you maybe in your mind, you're trying to hold on to the control that you no longer have. And so I think some of you have maybe spent time just really, truly surrendering. And you have this Emperor as well, which is a major good omen in business. It says that you are successful, you are good at what you do. You might even have the ability to be your own boss in this case with the King of Wands, or you may even have the ability to like take a leadership role somewhere else, but it's a very good omen in career situations. So let's see what else we have. You have the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Cups. So Knight of Swords is about swift action. It's about seizing the day, taking advantage of opportunities, and really going for something. The worst thing that the Knight of Swords could do is not act. And in fact, actually, for the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords is always acting, right? And so let me rephrase that. The worst thing that the Knight of Swords could do is act impulsively. In fact, there's something around impulsivity here that I think maybe some of you have worked through as you have this devil energy. Basically, I feel like this reading for you, Sagittarius, it feels like a progress report or like a progress update from the universe, in that like some of you here have just been like recognizing that there's been an internal issue here. You've been diligently working, putting the effort in, and I think ultimately some of you have big rewards here. In fact, for some of you, this may represent you having multiple offers or multiple paths to go down, because the Seven of Cups here, this can mean that you have a lot of choices, and the Page of Wands, you know, is like offers. So when I get the Page of Wands and the Seven of Cups, I always like to say that that could be an abundance of job offers or job opportunities or career opportunities. And so I think this is as a result of all of your hard work and your effort, especially working through a shadow. Let's see what's at the top of the pyramid. And very nice, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So at the top of all of this is some type of financial independence that is extremely important to you, Sagittarius. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who makes practical choices that lead to financial independence. That's their big thing. And this could even be somebody who achieves a high social status in their career as well, or in their life as well. So it's a very good outcome for you. Something around a job or a career, a business opportunity leading to financial independence here. And you can't even make this up. You have the other major card that represents financial independence on the bottom. Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, both extremely associated with literal financial independence. And so it feels like that is on the table for many of you here. And again, this has been brought forward to you as you've worked through an issue around a previous organization, maybe a mentor, or just some sort of internal sort of conflict that you've had to really work through. So this is amazing. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading.